Alright, Madness Games and Comics. Because we're going to have a mad time. Alright, so we're at the front. Here's some Harry Potter merch. That whole section was Harry Potter, which was pretty cool. And then I went over here to our first Grail case. You can see Dak Prescott. Jazz is a big Cowboy fan, so showed those off a little bit. And then kept looking around. Found some Funkos sodas. Spider-Gwen, of course it doesn't have the piece count, but those are still pretty cool looking, I thought. And then they also had Spider-Man 2099 from the new movie that just released. Looking around, this section was primarily all Marvel. They had it pretty sectioned off. And then there was Lady Sif in this girl case. And I kept looking around. And then there was some Thor pops to include that OG Thor. One day I'll get it. Then I rounded the corner. And then there was like a Mosh Posh of pops over here. Some looked like Funko exclusives. And then they had this whole monster line, which I think is pretty cool. I like that Butterhorn monster. And kept going around. This next section is all like the rock pops. Of course, I had to show off my man Elvis. But yeah, they had a bunch of different rock pops. Some that I hadn't seen from like Def Leppard. And then of course your normal BTS pops. There was Britney Spears there for you. Everyone, loves Britney. But here's that new Usher pop that just released. And then around the corner was a bunch of ad icons. And this is where I met back up with Jazz. She's been looking at ad icon pops recently. I don't know which one she's interested though, per se. And then the next whole wall is nothing but anime, basically. And I know nothing about anime. But she pointed out some of these other ad icons. Colonel Sanders, Chester Cheetah. Those are pretty cool. Don't ever see those, really. But yeah, all anime, some Pokemon. I do know a little bit about Pokemon. Not much, though. And yeah, the store just kept going on and on. These as well were like a Mosh Posh of pops. And they were mixed in there with some of your horror pops and everything like that. I watch a lot of horror movies, but don't collect the horror pops. This one right here I never seen from the movie Split, which was pretty cool looking. And then I rounded the corner a little more, and I thought these were little cool action figures from Avatar. Grew up watching that with my siblings, not the blue Avatar. That is the OG Avatar. And then, of course, in this girl case, there were some pretty cool ones. There was this Gandalf from The Hobbit, Apollo Creed.
And then the scene where Moira and him are making the enchiladas.
Yeah.
But I want that.
I like Bob Ross with a raccoon.
Look at Sheldon. Lord. And there's Ricky and Lucy.
We have those. Remember? Alright, then right here in the middle, they had a giant shirt wall. They have a couple more of these throughout the store, but this was the first one I had come across, and I thought it was pretty cool. They had some Star Wars, some Stranger Things reference. Looking at Hot Wheels?
I used to collect Hot Wheels growing up. Look at this one. That one's pretty cool.
Got Thor's. The Thor's. Got some Falcon and the Shield. Still gotta go all the way around there. I think the Disney Pops are over there. Donald Duck. There's Jose. And Moana. Kristoff. Oh, look, here's the bitty pops. $70. Peter Pan's been around for 70 years. These are the new pops that I showed you the other day.
Yeah, I seen them on Hot Topic.
Oh, just kidding then. There's Carl. Russell from the Doug days.
Yeah, from the Dog Days.
See that Jack Skellington?
Oh, that one was pretty cool. I didn't see that one.
Okay guys, I'm going to voice over a little here. We're in the Star Wars section right next to where everyone was out playing like their card games and things like that. But here we see the Pride Month, BB-8 and R2-D2, which was pretty cool. A bunch of other Star Wars pops like the Porg and the 3-pack down there that I hadn't really seen recently. That of course had some Rey pops and Rose, but what I'm really excited to show you guys is once I turn around here in a second is the Grail case. There are also some pops that had recently released that Jazz has picked up, like that Wicket down there, which is pretty cool. I think that's probably her favorite. And then, yeah, they had a Boba Fett soda, but didn't end up picking it up. It was the last one, so odds of it being a chase was limited. There's that Cad Bane pop. Some other pretty cool pops right there with your stormtroopers. But yes, here we go. Pan past Jazz and dun 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 dun. Star Wars Grail case. There's some really cool ones in there, of course, that you don't ever get to see. That Sabine with the Walgreens sticker, that's about to go up in price. Original blue box pops with Emperor Palpatine. Come over here, there were some more blue box with Luke and the Wampa. They had Slave Leia. They had a t-shirt bundle with IG-11 and the child. Jazz has been looking for that pop. And then some more blue box OGs up there with your Obi-Wan, your Han Solo, your Luke Skywalker. Some really cool pops up. And there's Captain Rex.
I'll take that Han Solo too.
Oh yeah? Which one? The 41
The blue box.
or oh, okay. You have that type of money?
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Alright, so here are some like action figure packs. I didn't know that these were collectible. Look, Commander Cody. But yeah, like I said, didn't know these were collectible. These are really cool. There's that Star Wars Black Box series. I've also heard that those are pretty cool, and those look to be signed by voice actors or individuals whom have played that character, which I thought was really cool. Wanted to show off to you guys. Alright, so I've wandered off where there's a bunch of socks and a really tall, creepy lady up there. But there were so many board games, and I need to find some more adult friends to play board games with. But then I found this like minifig looking section with a bunch of like Star Wars figures and stuff. I almost want to say they're equivalent to like Warhammer. Think of it like that. I know nothing about Warhammer, but I know people who do that modeling stuff. And then I rounded my way back into the graphic novel section and or comic books. Take your pick. But they had a whole wall and a whole section. I highly suggest if you're ever in the area of like the Plano, Allen, down around Dallas, Texas, and you have time, come check this section out. It's really big for everything that you would want to geek out with.
Hey guys, it's Jazz. This is the next day. We completely forgot to film an outro after we got home. We got home kind of late. It did rain a little bit on our way home, which delayed us a little. And then we just hung out with Max and ate dinner and called it a night. But I wanted to show y'all what we picked up. We did get a couple of Funkos. Only a couple. Don't get me wrong, we would have got so many more, but we have to limit ourselves. Only so much we can get. But this is the first pop, or the only pop that Jess picked up. She got Captain Rex from the Rebels series. She was really excited to find this one. She's currently watching the Star Wars Rebels series and all of the Star Wars chronologically with the Clone Wars and, you know, following through all the way. But that was a really cool find. They had a lot of Star Wars pops and toys and just overall a lot of Star Wars everything. It was so cool. I actually picked up two pops today. Schitt's Creek is one of my favorite TV shows. And I happened to find these two pops that I had been looking for. The first one is Moira Rose, of course. I had to pick her up. She's holding her purse. That one's really cute. And then the second pop that I picked up was a chase. I was able to find David Rose, the scene where he got lost and they found him on a farm. Yeah, that's him. Really cool, right? But yeah, like I said, that Madness Games and Comics was massive. They had everything from Funkos, like all kinds of Funkos. They had ad icons. They had a lot of Disney, a lot of anime. If you enjoy anime, I would definitely hit them up. They also had a bunch of sports ones, a bunch of the high dollar ones. Like they had those locked away, but they did have a lot of those. They, aside from Funkos, they had a bunch of board games. They had a lot of comics. They had a couple of books. They had t-shirts. While we were there, it looks like they were hosting some kind of like game event. We didn't get to record it. There was a lot going on, and we just were looking and browsing with everything that they had there. But overall, we had a really great day. Thank y'all for coming along. We thoroughly enjoyed trying out the Brazilian market as well as Jollibee's. We had been wanting to try Jollibee's, like Jess had mentioned. We didn't get to try to the one in Orlando that had recently opened because, you know, we ended up moving here. But if you ever get the chance to try it, I definitely would. I think it's worth a try. As well as the Brazilian market. We're definitely going to be going back. We thoroughly enjoyed everything we had there. But yeah, guys, thank y'all for sticking along. And as always, stay safe. Stay cool in this very hot Texas heat if you live here. But see y'all next time. Bye, guys.